Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, yes, I do have a black eye. If you didn't know, I crashed my bike really hard at the trails on Tuesday, ended up with a concussion and knocked myself out for a couple minutes. Don't remember any of it. There's a video coming from everything after I knocked myself out. But with that being said, I'm not supposed to have screen time right now. That's why I had sunglasses on preparing for this news video. I wanted to get something out for you guys. So I chose one thing from most of the different topics that I talk about normally in this BMX news video. And the first one that I want to talk about is the title and the thumbnail of the video. And that is that you're not old till you quit. BMX riders over 50 are still killing it. With that, Chris Moeller just turned 50 and he posted a bunch of stuff on his Instagram leading up to turning 50, listing a whole bunch of riders over the age of 50. He's working on a list of the top 50 riders over 50, posting that on Instagram, so I'm going to share that as well. He put out a video, 51 clips in 51 days for age 50. So he got 51 clips in the past 51 days before he turned 50 years old. And bear with me, guys, I'm still a little fuzzy from this concussion, so I might have to work through some things, but I wanted to talk about this because I've been saying for what feels like years now that we really don't know the peak age of BMX rider. Because the people Chris Moeller names on here and Chris himself were in BMX when it first started. Before that, there was nothing. There's a lot of people who quit throughout the years because there was just a certain stigma there that said when you're 20 years old or when you're 25 years old, that's it. You have to quit riding bikes and be an adult. There was a lot of that went on in the past. So the potential of people who rode bikes back then who could still be riding today is smaller, and there's a lot of guys who are getting back into it, and he has a list of 50 guys over 50 who are still riding BMX. So like I've been saying, we just really don't know what the peak age is, and that's why you don't get old until you quit. That's simple as that. You don't quit when you get old when you quit. Moeller's still killing it. A lot of the guys on this list, which he only has the top 40 out so far, he hasn't made a post with the last one yet, at least to my knowledge, but Kevin Jones, Solon Foster, Dave Norrie, Alan Foster, Mick Nealon, Pete Moore, TRA BMX on Instagram, Sarson Stone, Stubot, Frank Stewart. Frank Stewart is amazing on a bike. This dude is over the age of 50 apparently. He's 52, which I had absolutely no idea. 52 years old, and this is still one of the best lip trick guys that exists, and he's one of the only guys out there who's consistently riding a coaster brake. He absolutely kills it on his bike, and he posts clips on a pretty regular basis that absolutely blow my mind. I love it. To keep going from there with a couple more names you might recognize from this list, Jody Donnelly is 50 years old. Brett Downs is 53 years old, and he is posting stuff on Instagram and Facebook of him riding and killing it on a regular basis. At least once or twice a week, he's posting clips, if not more. These guys are absolutely killing it over the age of 50, and I know that this has got to be motivational for a lot of the people who watch my YouTube channel, and maybe even people who are coming in from outside right now, because you guys aren't to the age of 50 yet. I know it's motivational for me. I'm only 27, which it's just motivational for me because that makes me feel like, oh, I still got 23 more years till I'm even 50 years old. I've been riding for 14 years. That means I almost have double the amount of time that I've been riding still before I even get to the age of some of these people at the lowest point on the 50 riders over 50 list who are still killing it, and we aren't even to the top yet. Mike Savage, I don't recognize that name, but he's 54. Eddie Fiola, I know you guys have to recognize that name. He's 55 years old and still riding. Gary Laurent, 54 years old. Rich Bartlett, the Butcher, 53 years old. Scott Town, 54 years old. Lee Ramsdale, he is a very new member of the Level 5 Club, apparently, according to this post. It just goes to show there's even more people I have to list here. The first one, Scott Town's on this first list, but Barry Nilsson, Kevin Jones, I might have already said Kevin Jones, Ron Wilkerson, the Fids is he's like the shining example of a dude over 50 who is still absolutely shredding. The Fids will do nothings on jump lines, and he'll just do them in a row, jump after jump. and he'll do tuck no-handers, and he still does his backflip that he likes to do. And even though he broke his leg on a backflip, it's crazy. The amount of people who are over the age of 50 is so motivational. Rick Moliterno is 54 years old. And if you guys have seen clips of Rick riding, he's still dialed. He's still killing it. I love it. Dave Volker is 53 years old. Vic Murphy, from the most famous tabletop photo of all time, 50 years old. Rick Thorne, 50 years old. It's insane. Ian Morris, 51 years old. Eric Rupee, I don't know if I said that right. I don't care. I'm concussed. 57 years old. It's amazing the amount of people who are still absolutely killing it over the age of 50, especially when you condense it down into a list. And then you break that down to riders over 40, and then the list just gets that much bigger. And that is what I'm saying. As time goes on, there's more and more riders who have the potential to stay involved with BMX over the age of 50, because the number of riders who are 50 now, who started riding BMX way back then, who made it to this point through all of the "you're too old to ride BMX and that's not what you do and you grow up and you move on" and all of that crap, and riding through having the worst bikes ever, doing BMX tricks on them, and bikes evolving to what they are today. The guys who made it to 50 are so much smaller than the potential of riders who are riding today under the age of 40 or under the age of 50 who could make it to 50 later in life. And that is why I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to try and motivate some of you guys to stay on your bikes and keep kicking ass and keep riding and just keep being psyched on BMX, because there's no reason to stop. Literally, what's his name? Oh, my brain. What's his name? Is the name Vic Murphy? No, it's not Vic Murphy. DMC, duh. Dennis McCoy. Dennis McCoy was over the age of 50 in X Games Vert and did a 900 and landed it. If that's not motivation enough for you guys, and you guys out there who are just starting to ride BMX and just getting back into bunny hops and riding ramps again, to keep going with it, I don't know what could be. So with that, there's this video of Chris Muller and a whole bunch of other guys included in it. Ian Morris has a clip in here. Troy McMurray has a clip in here. I don't know if he's 50 or not yet, but he's in this video along with a few others. It's over 8.5 minutes long, and I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it. I know I did, and I feel like it's just some serious motivation for all of you guys out there, and I hope that you guys enjoy watching it. And moving on from there, oops, I forgot about these. It helps looking at the screens. But moving on from there, let's talk about the one video that I want to talk about this week, and it's one that I missed last week because it came out right after I finished filming the BMX news video. That is a video with Dan Kruk from Our BMX called Dan Kruk Destroyer of Rails, where the literal first clip is him literally, so I can say it a few more times, gapping to landing on a handrail. He was trying to grind, and then it broke sideways a little bit, so he like wall rode the side of it down the rail and then landed it. It was amazing, and then from there just insanity ensued. Every single clip in this video is nuts and progressive in some way. He did like a pole jam type deal to 540. He did so many crazy tricks that my concussed brain cannot remember all of them right now, but you definitely need to check this video out if you haven't yet. It's got over 70,000 views since it came out last week, and it's definitely worth watching. It's just so much craziness. Dan Kruk might have been underrated like a couple years ago, but I feel like at this point it's catching up, and obviously Our BMX, one of the biggest BMX media sites at the moment, is giving him the exposure that he definitely deserves. And I think a lot of people, if they hadn't, are starting to realize how good he actually is. From there, let's talk about one product related thing from this week, and that is Brock Rayford's new Brock Odyssey handlebar promo that just came out, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. And then the Darkwave promo that's coming out today that actually hasn't even come out yet. I just know that it's coming. Obviously, as I just said, Brock is getting signature bars with Odyssey called the Brock bars. The dimensions on those are 9.8 inch rise, 29 inches wide, 10 degrees back sweep, and 2 degrees up sweep. So 10 and 2 normal BMX bar, back sweep and up sweep. The width isn't crazy. The height is just about normal these days. And then the Darkwave promo, don't have anything to say about that because it's not out yet, but I will be sure to link it in the description below, as well as links to everything else that I've talked about today in the order that I talk about it. From there, we can talk about an interview thing, and that is an interview with World of X Games with Brad Sims literally called Have Bike Will Travel. And it's the X Games podcast. It's 30 minutes long, and it's Brad Sims. Brad Sims seems to be at the height of BMX right now, so I figured that a lot of you guys might be psyched to hear what he has to say for a little bit over 30 minutes. I haven't had a chance to take a listen to it yet or watch it because of my lack of screen time at the moment. But for those of you who might care about my current situation, I am okay getting clear every single day. Clear enough to make this BMX news video for you guys, and I think with that, I'm going to be able to edit the video that I have of everything after my crash happened for Sunday. And then I might react to it on Tuesday, Monday. I don't know when I'm going to do it, I'll be honest with you guys. But if you got to this point in the video, thank you for watching. If you're here from somewhere else, subscribe if you haven't yet. If not, just for the pity of me having a gnarly black eye and being knocked out for the first time ever. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys all for sticking with me and having so many positive things to say. Thank you to everyone who has directly supported me, whether it's Aaron through the PayPal or anyone through the super chats on the live streams that I've been doing. I'm going to try and do another one tomorrow. For sure, I've got one coming on Monday. And with that, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at that live stream. Thank you guys for watching. This is the BMX news video for my concussion week, and hopefully the normal one will be back next week. If it's not, it'll be similar to this. Thank you again, and goodbye.